3.
Hey guys, it's Friday night, last Friday of the month, so you all know what that means. Jazzy Fight Night. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Jazzy Fight Night, on the last Friday of every month, I host a fight card with 4 first to 10 third strike sets from different online platforms. Welcome to the Jazzy Fight Night for pre-show. With me, as always, KD Alpha and Vencabot. How's it going, guys?
What's up, dude?
How's it going?
And tonight we have a very special guest. He's gonna join us on the pre-show and commentate a couple sets with us. We have none other than the esteemed third strike East Coast I guess legend, we could call him, KOFiend. How's it going, KOFiend?
Hello, hello everyone.
And so on the pre-show, we're gonna go ahead and break down some of the sets that we have going on tonight. Pretty exciting night, guys. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm pretty excited about tonight.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. So let's get right to it. Let's go talk about some of these sets that we're gonna have tonight. And so first up on tonight's fight card, we're gonna have 2 players that you know very well, Vencabot. They are going to be playing on PS4 tonight. HereGoesNothing and versus Neonriot.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
so me and Katie have been working with these guys, trying to get them all ready to go for tonight. So it's going to be really exciting for me personally.
Great. And so, Venka, tell me a little bit about, your thinking about this match. You are the official matchmaker for PS4. And so, what was kind of your thinking in terms of putting this match together?
My thoughts were that they're both strong intermediate players. My thoughts were that, Mackenzie, that's HereGoesNothing. He's not as experienced in online play as Neon. He's more used to fighting his local community, which is they're sort of comprised mostly of beginners. I feel like having to deal with it's a really rough matchup for Alex to fight Oro. On the other hand, I feel like Neon isn't really that familiar with the matchup. So it's not really that far in Neon's favor. So I expect for both players to kind of learn a lot from this, and that really was my goal.
Awesome. And so, KOFiend. Oh, and with us on the pre-show, AC Slayer, how's it going, man?
Thanks for what's up? Hey, how's it going, everybody?
What's up, dude?
Hey. Just bear with me, guys, as I adjust some audio levels. And so I wanted to ask you, KOFiend, Alex versus Oro. You're someone who's been playing the game for a very long time, and so you have knowledge on a lot of the matchups. And so, what can you tell us a little bit about Alex versus Oro?
Absolutely nothing. I know nothing.
Okay. I respect it.
Right, I'm just gonna call it like it is.
KD, what do you got?
Like Venka mentioned before, it's pretty rough for Alex. There's various methods for Oro to get the loop going on Alex. In addition to that, footsies is really hard because Oro has these long limbs that kind of outrange Alex. But I feel like if HereGoes can kind of avoid getting put in that loop situation, then it's not too bad. You just have to play a really disciplined game.
Awesome. And so, what do you guys think about the outcome here? What are some of your predictions? AC, I know you're not too familiar with these 2 players, but what do you think about the Alex Oro matchup? What do you think about that?
Sorry about that. Hey, can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that.
I think. Okay. I'm just wondering if there was an echo, but go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm just messing with the sound settings right now. Yeah. The Alex Oro matchup. I mean, like KOFiend said, I don't know too much about it, but if I were to surmise, I kind of feel like Oro can kind of play like the keep away game, whereas I don't know if Alex can do the same thing. So it's gonna be real tough. And I don't know. What do you think, Mutant?
Wow. So Alex is a big boy. Right? Not both standing and crouching. And so, it's going to be, it's going to be difficult for Alex to avoid some of the set play that Oro has. On the flip side, Oro is a small boy, right? Kind of tiny character. And so, HereGoes is going to have to be careful when it comes to, doing the proper punishes against Oro, because it's definitely going to play a factor. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it really depends on, It really depends on how either player approaches the match. Really, I'm curious to see who's going to be sort of the aggressor, and who's going to be kind of the person that's going to be trying to read and react and counter. So that's pretty much all I can say about that. And so, what do you guys think? HereGoesNothing or Neon Riot?
For me, I would say HereGoes. In my opinion, again, I haven't seen as much of HereGoes as I have of Neon. I expect that HereGoes is going to have an advantage. I think that depending on how much experience he has against Oro, and depending on how well Neon can implement some of the things we worked on, especially in terms of playing defensively, Neon might be able to make it pretty even. But I kind of feel like, because Neon's he's been working on his infinite, his one-touch kill loops, but he doesn't really have them totally down pat. And so I think it's not going to be a huge advantage for him. Like Insilo said in the chat, it's one of the easiest loop setups on Alex. But it's not going to be, I think, a huge factor in Neon's favor because he hasn't really had the time to perfect it. That being said, on the ground, Oro has such great tools for keeping Alex out, and I was trying to teach that to Neon. I think he picked it up pretty well by the end of our sessions. I hope it's going to go pretty even, but if I had to give the advantage to one, it'd probably be Mackenzie. If Neon can make it even, I'll be really proud of him.
All right, KD, I know you're familiar with these two players. How do you think this is going to shake out?
Yeah, like Vika said, I think they're actually very close in skill. I think maybe they both have similar amounts of experience, so I don't really think it's going to be overwhelming for either one. But one thing I was working on with HereGoes is just putting him in that loop situation over and over again, trying to get him to understand how to avoid it and then how to parry out if you get caught in that situation. And he was having some success parrying out of some of those setups. So even if he happens to get put in that situation, he does know how to escape, which I think is a huge advantage for him. So I have to go also with HereGoesNothing. I think he'll probably take it in a close set.
All right. And so before we move on to and break down our next set, just wanted to remind everyone that Jazzy Fight Night is powered by TrollCoinBot. And so that means all of you in the chat will be able to place a small amount of troll coins, a small bet on all four of these sets that are scheduled for tonight. And so the bets for the first set, HereGoesNothing and Neon Riot, are currently open. So if you want to bet on HereGoesNothing, all you have to do is type in the command in the chat, !bet, and then HereGoesNothing. Or you can place a bet on Neon Riot by typing in !bet Neon Riot. And so remember that you have until the end of the first game of the set to place your bets. Once the first game is completed, we're going to close bets and you will no longer be able to make or change your bet. And so remember, guys, this is just for fun. And so right now the bets are currently open. And so for those of you who are watching the pre-show, you can definitely lock in your bet now, or you can wait until later on in the show. And so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the next set that's that's featured for tonight. And we're gonna have another set from PS3. I know, KD Alpha, you are very excited about this set. This is a Dudley mirror.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Dudley mirror on PS3, two PS3 veterans, two PS3 mainstays, Blood Cell versus BM. Blood Cell from the Northeast area, BM also from the East Coast but in the South. Connection should be okay. These two very unique styles of Dudley. I'm very, very interested to see how that particular set plays out. And so, KD, like I alluded to a few moments ago, you are you're very excited to see this match.
Yes. Dude, I love Dudley mirrors.
And so, could you tell the fans exactly why this set is so hyped for you? I mean, obviously you are a Dudley main, but you do, have some familiarity with both these players and the way that they play. And so, what is it? Why should the viewers tonight make sure that they don't miss Blood Cell versus BM?
Guys, this match is literally going to explode. Both players are very offensive. They're very buttons heavy, very oppressive style players. it's been a while since I've seen Bloodcell play. I don't know if he's been keeping up with the game, if he's been training. I haven't been on PS3, so I can't really say one for sure. But I know for sure that BM has. He's been playing this entire time, so maybe that's an advantage for him. The Dudley mirror is so fun because everything Dudley has works on Dudley. So all of the juggles, all of the resets, all of the frame traps, everything that Dudley has works on Dudley. So it's a really fun match, and it's I would say whoever has the better defense actually is probably going to take it, because I think they're probably equally matched in offense. Courtney Miller is known for his execution on I believe he plays on pad. And I'm not sure if Bloodcell is also a pad player or if he plays on stick.
I think Bloodcell plays on stick, but remember I coined a nickname for BM back when I used to stream 3S After Dark.
The drone.
BM was a very BM was a frequent visitor to 3S After Dark. Shout outs to Kachik and Kyoto 3S, of course, also regulars on that show. But yeah, we called him the drone. We called him the Terminator because his execution was just so good. He didn't miss anything.
He never stops coming, dude. He never stops.
And he never moves. He never stops. It's moving forward.
And he bombed me from the sky.
Yeah, I have to figure out. I wonder if I still have that GIF that I used to show. I'm gonna have to look for it later on before the show starts. So yeah, KOFiend, are you a little bit more familiar with the Dudley Mirror matchup? Is there any insights you'd like to share about that?
I think it's exactly as Katie was pointing out. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Oh, yeah, almost everything works on each other, and they're kind of extra thick. They're they're beefy. So
they're beefy, yeah.
Usually it works out to be like two piece and a biscuit, and usually that's a round.
And so AC, I know obviously you're a Yun main, but you've faced a lot of Dudleys in the past, and you've probably seen a lot of Dudley mirrors in the past. You know, what are some of the things that you might recall from seeing Dudley mirrors?
Yeah, I definitely played a lot of Dudleys. I feel like it's going to be a very interesting match. I think it's going to be who has better zoning, spacing, and using, I guess, their pokes effectively. I also feel like it can end pretty quickly too, because both of them can dish out damage so quickly. Pylo confirms. So yeah. Without knowing too much about BM or Bloodcell, like it's hard to tell like who's gonna have the edge, but I'm excited to see who's gonna zone better, who's gonna be on.
And what do you think in the Dudley mirrors that you've seen in the past? Dudley's one of those unique characters in Third Strike where he has two viable supers. A lot of times, a lot of characters in the game, really it's, the consensus is one super or the other.
Yeah.
But there continues to be quite a bit of a, I don't want to say controversy, but a conversation, right, about what Dudley's best super is, either SA1 or SA3, and where do you fall in that debate, AC? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it depends on the matchup. Like you hear a lot of people say, like in the Dudley Makoto matchup, specifically that corkscrew blow is harder to land after Dark Shot Link. This doesn't seem to be the case in Dudley versus Dudley, right? So I think it's going to be the super, like it depends on the playstyle, I think. So let's just say if one of the players maybe wants to use EX more freely, corkscrew blow might be a little bit better. Yeah, it's where do I fall? Let's see. I think if I were to pick Dudley, I would go for corkscrew blow. I feel like it's just easier to land. Anti-air as well too. Dudley likes to jump quite a bit, so corkscrew blow might work a little bit better than SA1.
And what do you think, Katie, as the only Dudley main on the panel tonight? What supers do you think either of these players should use? Are they just going to basically use the supers that they normally use? Because I think BM.
I think they're both corkscrew users, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes BM will use SA1, so I'm kind of curious. And you never know with BM, right? You don't know what kind of software update BM had tonight.
the firmware.
We don't know what kind of firmware updates he's had lately.
Yeah,
So,
I think I think for both players, if I remember correctly, they're both pretty meter heavy. And against Dudley, since he has so many options, you want to have as many resources, as far as meter goes as possible. So I think they'll probably both go with corkscrew, but I wouldn't be surprised to see SA1 either.
Yeah, definitely. Before we break down the rest of the matches tonight, I just wanted to remind everyone that as with all of the Jazzy Fight Nights that we've streamed so far, we have a Matcherino going on right now. Remember that everyone who participates in tonight's Jazzy Fight Night will get a cut of the fight money. And so all you have to do to donate is just type in the chat, the command !donate, and that will send you to the link to tonight's Matcherino. And so if you could see on the upper left hand of your screen, I'm at the Matcherino site right now. And so we're at $14.76. Thank you so much for everyone who has donated. There are a ton of things that you can do to donate for free. Like I said before, you can enter the code JFN4 to add 50 free cents to the prize pool. You can complete what are called sponsor quests. All you have to do is retweet or follow certain Twitter accounts, like YouTube videos, different types of activities. And once you complete the activity, a micro donation gets added to the prize pool. There's also some pretty cool merch. We got some Jazzy Circuit t-shirts. And last but certainly not least, a very proud sponsor, not just of the Jazzy Circuit, but also of Jazzy Fight Night. We have Creative Flame. Let's give it up for Creative Flame, guys, and their awesome stickers and t-shirts. Definitely check them out. What you can do is you can purchase a sticker through Matcherino, and if you do that, you can go ahead and part of that money will go to the prize pool. Matcherino will add a donation on behalf of every sticker pack purchased. Or you can go straight to their website and check out some of their other merch. Again, shout outs to Creative Flame. And then speaking of Creative Flame, tonight, in addition to obviously the cut of the money of the prize pool, you guys, the viewers, will also have an opportunity to vote on Jazzy Fight Night for Fight of the Night. Which match or which fight do you think deserves Fight of the Night? Guys, every time PS3 has been on this show, they have won Jazzy Fight Night.
Dude,
Fight of the Night. And so, let's see if PS3 can make it 3 for 3, or if another set is going to step up. And so,
oh my god.
Maybe. And so the poll's gonna open shortly before the last set of the night, and so at that point you'll be able to vote for which you think was the fight of the night, and whoever wins fight of the night is going to get an extra 10% of tonight's prize pool and fight money. So definitely be ready to vote. And so next match that we have is going to be on Fightcade. These are two players who applied via the Jazzy Fight Night interest form. And so for anyone who's interested in perhaps appearing on Jazzy Fight Night, that is not the form. That's not the command. I always forget my commands. I have so many of them. But anyway, I'll put in the link in a little bit. But these are two players that have applied to appear on Jazzy Fight Night. And so they're going to be playing on Fightcade. And so we have another Oro match. Maybe, remember, Jazzy Fight Night is not character lock. So we have Snooze, aka Monoxide, originally from the Midwest, moved out to SoCal. He's going to be rocking Oro, taking on Virsaga from the Northwest, rocking his red jab Ken. Remember, it's not character lock. Monoxide is known to use Ken as well. And so, we're going to have to wait and see which character he uses. And so, KD, I know that you have been playing Monoxide recently, and, sort of helping and prepare for this set. And so, what can you say about this matchup here, Virsaga versus Snooze?
Well, I hope Snooze, aka Monoxide, goes with Oro. I like his Oro. He knows all the setups, all the loops. I think that's probably his best bet in doing well in the set, but Virsaga's a very strong opponent. So I don't know, man. I tried my best to really play a very oppressive style Ken when I was training with Monoxide, just to try and give him that feel of what it's like to be, under Ken's pressure when he's constantly zoning you out and he's keeping you out of your launcher range, because I feel like Ken can do that very easily. So I think if Monoxide can figure out a way to get those launchers and get those setups down, then he'll do okay. But otherwise, it's going to be very rough.
Mm-hmm. So Venka, you also are very familiar with these two players, or at least you are familiar with Snooze, aka Vince, aka Monoxide. And so, what can you, what are some insights you can share about this matchup here?
Yeah, I don't know that much about Virsaga, but what I can tell you is that Monoxide, of all the Oros I've ever met, he really has that unblockable loop down pretty well. Mm-hmm. Of course, as with any Oro player, I'm sure he has some nights better than others. But I am looking forward to see how well he lands that tonight. I think there's no character lock on Jazzy Fight Night, so of course Monoxide plays Ken as well. But I really wonder, if he's going to switch from Oro or not. That being said, I kind of expect that because he's been training on Fightcade lately, that it's going to be a thing that Virsaga have to keep in mind very, very, very much throughout the match, right? He's not going to be able to test Monoxide too much with the meaties on Wake Up. The jump-ins, of course, when you're fighting Oro that has an unblockable, be careful to jump in to compare you and launch you and get this big unblockable loop. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how it plays. I'm a big fan of Monoxide, as you guys know, so I'm going to be cheering for my boy.
Yeah, Virsaga is he's actually a pretty quite a veteran of Third Strike, both online and off. I think he recently won, or before we went into quarantine, obviously. I believe he won one of the first, if not the first, Portland Jazzy Circuit ranking event.
Oh, nice.
I think he beat Fat Bear in Grand Finals. That's a name that some of you might be familiar with, Fat Bear. And he's from the Northwest Portland area. He's appeared in some online tournaments. Most recently, I think he's entered both. I keep wanting to say Super Battle Opera, but I know that's not the name of Tommy Two Steps tournament series. But I just keep wanting to say that. What is it, like Battle Royal Theater? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Battle Royal Theater, right? Yeah, and he's placed quite high in those tournaments. And so, hopefully this is going to be a very competitive match. I know we're running out of time here, and so I wanted to go ahead and run down. I mean, there's really not much to run down, AC, right? Because we don't really know a whole lot about this next match. But actually, but let's show it anyway. So I just love this graphic. That's why we'll just show it anyway. So this month, AC, we're doing something a little bit special on Fightcade. We're having our very first wild card mystery set, and so both players have no idea who they're playing. Right? The only person who knows the identity of these two players is AC Slayer.
That is correct.
And so I know. I think B-Tran was in here a little earlier when I was doing testing. He thought it was kind of lame. I don't know. I mean, I think it's kind of funny, but I think it's kind of interesting, and it adds a little level of mystique and stuff like that. And so obviously you can't really say a whole lot, AC Slayer. But I mean, I don't know. What do you want to say about?
Okay, so what I will say is that I know both these players. They're both very good. At Third Strike, and I think it's going to be a competitive set, and you guys are probably in for a treat. Yeah, I mean, speaking on, I guess what B-Tran thinks. I mean, yeah, it's probably not the brightest idea we ever came up with, but we feel like we might want to shake things up. Mystery set, and maybe you guys will be able to. Maybe conjecture who it might be, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But I think it's going to be a very competitive. You're going to see some high level play.
I think the stream monsters will have some fun. Maybe doing. You guys are open to doing quote unquote side bets. If you want to see who you think this person is. And so I had suggested you know, in private conversations, AC, that we should treat this like the Masked Singer. You know what I mean? Like whoever loses must unmask. You know,
Exactly.
whoever loses the set must reveal himself.
Yeah, exactly. I think you know, I mean, if you want, like, I can run it by both.
Well,
of
we
them.
can always ask, but you
Yeah,
know, it's not a requirement.
Yeah,
but-
definitely not a requirement. Don't feel pressured, but yeah, I think both players are very excited. They're looking forward to this. They love the idea. They think it's great. And yeah, I think it's gonna be great. Also, one more thing. I know we don't have too much time. I just want to give like a 20-second thing on Virsaga for a second. So I played a 2-hour set with him last night, and let me tell you, he is very aggressive. Lots of dash trickery. His overhead confirms were about 100%. His corner pressure is very strong. He's a great friend of Dagger G's. And yeah, so my bet is he'll take the set against that strong Oro player. That's the one piece I want to say about Virsaga.
Awesome. So there you have it, guys. We have our predictions and analysis from our panel of expert Third Strike players. KOFiend, you're going to be sticking around because you're going to be commentating along with me and Venka for this first set. HereGoesNothing versus neonriot. Katie, you'll come in for the Blood Cell BM set because I know you really want to stick around for that. And then later on in the night, AC will. I'll have you come on for the for both Fightcade sets. Yeah, I just wanted to just clarify. Virsaga versus Snooze and the mystery set are both going to be run on Fightcade tonight. So definitely stay tuned for that. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and take about a 5-minute break, and then we're going to come back with the start of Jazzy Fight Night. Thanks again for tuning in tonight, and don't go anywhere. We got some hype Third Strike action coming your way very soon.